Cool, let's start this. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 563. I am Brian Kilby, and with me this week, we have the indomitable Don.
Hi.
We have the... Okay, I can't come up with this. Hey, we have Diecast.
What's going on?
We also have Matt, a.k.a. Melvar.
Hey.
Rob Clay.
Hi.
John DeLuna.
Playing Street Fighter.
John DeLuna. He said he's typing. He's like, I'm playing Street Fighter. I can't talk right now. We also have special guest stars, Jason Kirk, who is off camera right now.
Which is a shame because I wore an orange shirt in honor of XV.
And he shaved.
And Eric Crownover.
Hello.
Yeah, XV is not here.
We are XV.
Ooh. We are XV. We are many.
Does that mean we all have to be jerks today?
Well, you've already got that down, Pat.
Okay.
Jerk. Is jerk the right word? I think, gosh.
It's the
right word. Dix. D-I-X.
Yeah.
XV is Dix.
Nah.
So,
we'll take a poll.
Yes. But we miss you, XV, but you were here in spirit. So, man, I guess I'm trying to think what else happened this week, and it's sort of been a blur. We're going to talk more about Toys R Us and a couple other things that have happened. That's been pretty much the big story for the last few weeks. Lots of... we have more questions right now than answers still, but there have been some developments there. I am trying to think, has anything major happened? So, like, the week... Not this past weekend, but the weekend before, Chris, Matt, Diecast, and Don were here, and we had a blast, like, doing podcast stuff, and, like, my life has been much more empty since then. I don't have anybody here transforming my toys for me correctly.
Yeah.
Most people fall into a deep depression whenever I leave. It's
I have.
acceptable.
And when we get to what we got this week, I'll show you that everything that I have is still in box because I just can't bring myself to open it and try to transform it.
When Matt could do it better.
I may just hold it. I may just keep it in the box until the next time
I'll see you in June.
JoeCon. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Just send it to me. I'll transform it and review it and ship it back in its robot mode or preferred mode, whatever that may be.
May have reviewed a lot of this stuff already. I don't know yet.
Just say, what don't you own, Diecast?
He owns everything. He has a lot of stuff.
Bank.
How's everybody doing? Anything going on? Anything crazy this week? But we were talking about Star Wars before Showtime.
I mean, we're going to get into it, but I thought some of the Toys R Us articles have been a little crazy this week.
There's been a lot of crazy stuff around it, yeah.
And not just Toys R Us.
Oh, yeah. Stuff in general.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's go ahead and jump to... let me think real quick. We don't have anything to promote. No, nothing big coming up anytime soon. We just missed Toy Fair. Well, we just had Toy Fair a month ago. We missed Jolana, but we had the first ever Radio Free Cybertron in the alpha version of it.
The turnout was really poor, and we didn't make any money.
Yeah, that's true.
But we didn't lose any either, so...
Yeah, that's true. That's true, too. What's the next big... the next big thing is what? SDCC, like in August?
July, but yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's July.
That sounds about right.
Bumblebee movie's coming out toward Christmas. So I'm actually just literally doing a mental rundown. So we're not going to have anything exciting for a while. So let's just cancel the show this week. So we'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, so did anybody get anything this week? I will start because I have a ton of crap. I just shipped my pile of loot, so I have a bunch of stuff in here. And I have, like I said, I need Matt to transform it for me, so I've opened none of this. I have Legends Bumblebee.
That's very hard to transform.
Yeah, it's super hard.
Definitely need.
I need Matt for that. Yeah. I got new Prime Masters. I got Alpha Trion and Alchemist Prime.
Did you get them off Don's eBay?
Does he have them on eBay? He does.
I did. I sold them.
You sold them? Okay. Let's see here. I have one thing non-Transformers that I will share. I'll break my own rule. Legends Windblade, or I guess Windblade, I think it is in Japan, but I haven't.
No, that is a Transformer.
No, it's still Windblade.
It's still Windblade? Okay. Like, for whatever... Amazon Japan lists her as Windblade.
Okay.
When I ordered it.
It's a common error.
Yeah. I guess it's somebody's trying to name it or translate it phonetically or something.
That shouldn't work phonetically. I think it's just like a common mistake.
Common mistake. Legend Slugslinger. Oh, let's see here. Gosh, I don't even know why I ordered this. It was another, I guess, Amazon Japan purchase. The Autobot clones. This is all going to fall if I put
Those
it up.
were the pink
Pretty
ones,
pink.
right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say pretty pink.
I also got I think I'm actually going to keep it. My second G2 Megatron. So, I think this one's just staying in the box. Ben Yee shared this on his Facebook page, and I didn't know that it was on sale. I got the Planet of Junk set, which includes Retgar, Scrap Heap, and Hot Rod. This was $40. Not bad.
Yeah, and I think that's the scrap heap head mold that we knew about but had never been used previously.
And I may break down and get a couple of the other Platinum Edition sets that I don't have.
The scrap heap head was used in a Japanese e-hobby set because I have it.
That's right. Yeah, I knew somebody had it. I couldn't remember who it was. The last Transformers thing that I will show, and I didn't mention it during what I got last week. I think it may have come up in conversation, but I got XV's Revolution set. I was going to show it, but it's just too big. But the one thing I will mention that is not Transformers related, this was a Kickstarter, and somebody from the Transformers fandom shared it. I think it's a friend of a friend. I can't remember who it was specifically, though. But it was the Beasts of the Mesozoic set. So it's the Velociraptor, which...
Ah, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
So,
See pictures of that.
yeah, with feathers, like it should have. And it's 1/6 scale, which if you ask, well, shouldn't a Velociraptor be bigger than that? No, a Velociraptor is about the size of a chicken. Not like what we see in the movies. So
And now Thor can train him as his personal attack. Or is that the wrong Chris?
I don't know. I actually don't.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, yeah.
I was gonna say it's Star.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Star-Lord,
That's
not Thor.
Oh,
There's Chris Hemsworth,
okay.
Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, Chris
Many
XV, Chris Triplet, Chris McFeely,
Chris Christopherson.
Yeah,
Using Blade.
he wasn't Blade.
That counts.
That sort of counts. So yeah, but I think that's it. I think
Wow.
that's a pretty
good
big
math.
haul for me. I don't get that many big hauls anymore.
Yeah.
Just all
Well,
put together.
If they ever do an IDW movie, like a comic, like a motion comic, they should get McFeely to do the voice for Megatron.
Oh, that'd be great.
Kim's going, you got another package.
So in the chat, and again, join us tfradio.net/live each week. We pay attention to the chat and talk to you guys. Blade Raider said, "If this is how much Kilby got, imagine how much Diecast has."
Oh no.
But we'll save Diecast. Don, you go ahead.
Okay, I didn't get much. It was just a very light week for me. I got Alchemist Prime and Alpha Trion. I was at a Kroger out of town where they actually had some there. I picked up add to my collection of Tommies, the Dino Thunder Black Ranger, and I picked up
You have a Tommy Kennedy?
No. And I picked up my first two of hopefully two Jaegers. My Toys R Us got these in. I got Saber Athena, and I got Guardian Bravo, which basically
how are those?
they're still in the box. I haven't opened
I
them
mean,
yet.
like those are Bandai, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have heard a lot of good things about those. Robot Damashi is the line that succeeded the Gundam line that XV and I loved so much and that we collected for so long. They just went and changed the scale and upped the price on us, so we could not follow along with it.
The one thing is that if you only want Gypsy Avenger, it actually has more stuff and is $10 cheaper because these are a retail of $29.99, but Gypsy Avenger itself is only $19.99 and you get more stuff. So
how is Gypsy Avenger different than Gypsy Danger? Is that a spoiler for the movie?
Upgraded. upgraded. Yeah, 10 years later, upgraded body, some new weapons, two chain swords versus one.
It's not a radioactive pile of slag at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah,
Yep.
That too.
I actually didn't buy any. I actually avoided buying any of the NECA stuff because it's NECA and it's like McFarlane. It looks pretty. You can't do anything with it, and it's even more expensive. So I didn't buy any of that.
Yeah, like when you guys were here and we were at that Toys R Us, I found a NECA Ash from Ash vs. Evil Dead, and I wanted to buy it. Then I realized this is NECA. I don't want it. I want a really nice Ash figure, and I don't know that one exists.
Yeah, I mean, NECA looks good, but I mean, I've heard of stuff breaking literally out of the package, just arm popping, shearing at that. So I may get Gypsy Avenger. I don't really like the way they're doing the pricing structure, but I can see that it's like if anyone's going to buy just one thing from the movie, it's going to probably be Gypsy Avenger.
So on Amazon, Gypsy Avenger's $30, so that's above retail.
Yeah, because I can go to GameStop and get one right now for $20.
Oh, GameStop does have them too.
Just Wave 1. This is the only because nothing in Wave 1 really sort of spoke to me. But Saber Athena, of course, I liked because that's very. I don't know about you, Rob. You're old school like I am. But does that not strike you sort of like Bubblegum Crisis armor suits?
It does kind of have that feel to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
But yeah, I want to get at least one of those, because for one thing, this is probably the cheapest I'm ever going to see Robot Damashi anything in my life. But the only place I'd seen them around was Toys R Us, so I am really glad to hear that GameStop's going to have them, because I kind of expect them to be well gone by the time I get back to TRU.
Yeah, so that's all I picked up. I saw the black one, the evil Jaeger, but it's Snake Eyes as a robot.
Oh, hey.
Why?
Hey, I forgot I got something else this week.
Oh.
Got Sludge.
Ah, nice.
Yay.
Oh.
Is that your last Dinobot that you needed?
No. So I have Slag on the way. No, I mean Snarl.
Snarl,
yeah.
So you can almost form Volcanicus.
I'm not
What
going
is
to.
that?
Yeah. That's not going to happen. Yeah, that's not me. Yeah. That's the one combiner I'm not going to ever bother.
Well, you should at least once just to say you did it.
No, you shouldn't.
I don't need to. I don't.
Come on, with third-party upgrades, it's going to be okay.
No, it's not.
It's a thing that should never exist.
It's a thing that should not be.
Well, I always wanted a
We shall
Dinobot
not speak its
combiner.
name.
No, I always wanted one. It's just, it just never worked out till now.
Yeah, okay, so Diecast, you go ahead.
Okay.
So you have a time limit of 25 minutes.
Okay. I can do this. I only got a couple things. I got the Infobar Prime.
Nice!
And one of the reasons I got it
Is it a knockoff or the real thing?
It's the real thing.
Okay.
How could you tell?
Yeah.
I thought it had a Bluetooth function. Originally, when we were talking about this figure, they said there was supposed to be some sort of Bluetooth function.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Maybe you did.
Maybe it's not the real thing.
No, it's supposed to show you when you have notifications. It's not. It doesn't connect as a
Yeah,
phone,
you
but it's
can't actually use it as a phone, but yeah.
No, originally, it was supposed to show you if there was like a notification or something. There's nothing.
I swear I saw a review where it did. Oh, okay.
No, because
So-
I
so
saw
ba-
reviews and it didn't, and I was like, oh, they misreviewed it. And I got to get it and review it
Yeah.
and show the proper functionality. And this is it.
Yeah,
So-
so basically, you're saying as far as that figure, they just phoned it in.
Oh, God, Don.
They,
So here's my music label Sound Blaster that I have never, ever, ever bothered using as an MP3 player.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's cool.
I don't know why. Takara bothers ever making anything electronic that has some sort of semblance of functionality, because it's completely unnecessary. But it is an awesome figure.
I wish Chris was here because we talked about this on one of the shows or something. But this is that oversized knockoff Legends Megatron that turns into a tank. And there was the wings behind it in the photos, which were really confusing me. And it looks like it's just cardboard, like fancy cardboard. It's not actually
okay.
Okay.
so that like makes a lot more sense. And even though they showed that little, his little companion guy, whatever you want to call that,
He doesn't have it.
I don't think he has it because I don't see it in the packaging. So
Now, is that just
it couldn't be on
upscaled,
the-
it is extremely upscaled.
or
I mean,
does it
here's-
have any improvements too, or is it literally just straight upscaled? Like, did they give it thigh swivel? Is what I'm curious about.
Well,
because I would like
it's
it.
still in the box, so he probably doesn't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like they gave it thigh swivels, so
That's sad.
yeah. And then the other thing I got, which I'm actually really, really happy with, some people saw it on Twitter. I got the damaged version of the MPP-10, and
Is it like
looks-
actually damaged? Like, did you get a broken one, or is it supposed to be damaged? Because it actually looks pretty normal.
like weathered and paint damaged.
So it's been sitting outside.
It's
It's
Battle
done.
damage.
it's the Tonka toy from my third birthday, Optimus
It's
Prime.
done exceptionally well. A lot
Diecast,
better
is
than
it-
I thought.
Was that Weijing? Was that Weijing?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, Weijing.
Light
Yeah,
up.
that's-
Why didn't
Yeah,
you get the
why
cell shaded one?
I have that. That one's coming
Oh,
too,
you
but
do.
it's not out.
He got real
Never
serious too. He's like, no, hold up. I got that one.
The cell shaded is on the way.
getting that
This was, kind of an impulse thing, but I'm really happy with it because the photos can't do this justice because the red always looks lighter in photos. It's actually a really nice dark, flat painted maroon red. And
Do you have
the
You're the Horse Optimus, the one with the gold?
detailing on it is so nice. Yeah, I have that one. It's actually
Is it like
never come out
is
of
it
package.
is it a similar red? Oh, if it's never come out, I guess you might
Well,
not
that
know,
one
but-
is probably a shiny red, where this is just it's all flat paint. It's really, really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Weijing, they may be, but they are doing improvements to they're upscaling the MP10 mold, but they're actually making improvements, and they're the ones that made that upscaled evasion mode, Optimus to a leader class, added metal, added more parts for better fit and coverage in vehicle mode. So Weijing does some really good stuff. Now, Diecast, do you have their Megatron, or you
Yes.
don't get their Megatron? You do, yeah, because it's definitely its own scale, but.
So
Because I've got the clear version of what you've got
so
with
it's,
Optimus.
it's kind of like with Weijing doing this. It's kind of like, well, we stole your car, but we put in a better transmission, so you should be happy.
But for me, the reason I like it, it's like having a custom without having to have someone do
Hey,
that.
yeah,
for
so
us.
you didn't have to go through a customizer, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no skills. Yeah.
So it's just a beautiful piece to have on display, and I think now that I see this, I think the cell shaded is going to be awesome as well.
Yeah.
And the cell shaded, they said, was limited to like 500 pieces.
Wow.
So
When's
whenever
the
that comes
cell
out,
shaded Megatron come out?
yeah, I don't know. Have to. Hopefully never.
Dear God, yeah.
You know you want it.
Well-
no. What you really don't want is the cell shaded Devastator.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
What else?
There
you
is
get?
a cell shaded Starscream coming out that I have seen, but I think
Oh, there
that's
is?
from Yes Model. It's either Yes Model or KBB. But yeah, there is a cell shaded Starscream in the works.
Yeah, well, now I will recommend the Yes model because I do have the 3 Seekers. KBB, I don't have any of them, but I have seen reviews with them, and the quality is not quite compared to Yes model, at least on the Seekers that from like last year or so. But that's only what I've seen in reviews.
Anything else, Diecast?
No, I think that's it.
Matt?
Bunch of Marvel Legends stuff, but that doesn't count.
No. Anything?
Well,
Matt?
I got
That's
nothing
true.
Transformers related, but
Okay,
you're gonna like
Eric.
this, Brian. You're gonna like this, Brian.
Is it the sword?
Creo Technodrome.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Or
All
Terradrome,
right.
rather.
Whoa.
Where'd you get that at?
Where'd you get it?
TFradio.net/Amazon.
I love you.
Nice.
So I finally.
And I got a fire bat to go with it, since it's oddly sold separately.
Yeah.
I don't have that kit. I need to fix that.
And now on to the stuff that you'll hate. I also got Dino
Nice.
Thunder Black. Don, along with Zeo Ranger 3 Blue, and my Zeonizer.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you. I wish I'd bought that earlier.
Most important of all, Golden Power Staff.
Oh, nice.
But do you have
It is-
Minus?
No, but it is a thing of beauty.
I do.
Oh man, that's full size,
Yeah,
isn't
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
You'll poke your eye out with that.
I'll poke
And next
somebody's
week
eye out with it.
And next week we'll have 3 mats on.
That's right. I will split into 3 equal parts. Except I have no heart, so I'll have to rename the third one.
Anything else?
And that's everything that's everything I got. The Golden Power Staff is the important thing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
That is pretty
It's
cool,
gorgeous.
actually.
I really
It's
wish
more
I got
beautiful
that Zeo.
than I could possibly have imagined.
How much was that?
It plays the I got it from Entertainment Earth. Don, what was that running?
124 versus 149.
Yeah, it was significantly less than it would have been at Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah, I just wish I'd bought the Zeonizer in advance. I just didn't.
and this plays the Zeo theme and Go Gold Ranger.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, damn.
So, Eric, what did you get?
I got Ripper Snapper, who is a good walking shark that turns into a robotic Wolverine. I like the Wolverine claws.
Nick.
And then I got Hun-Gurrr, he's good, but what really stands out is that he makes by far the best combiner torso Hasbro has made yet, like
Better
without
than
a doubt.
Silverbolt. Better
Oh
than
yeah,
Silverbolt.
he's basically Silverbolt 2.0. So
I have
Yeah.
yet to been able to find a Hunger, and it's really starting to bother me.
Hunger is on
He's-
Amazon Ripper Snapper is on Amazon right now for $16.99. If anyone needs Ripper Snapper,
I might.
Yeah.
Ripper
pretty
Snapper's
good
the
on
only
Amazon.
deluxe I have right now.
I'm saying
from
for
the wave,
$20.
but-
you have to click on it and then select Amazon.
Well, you're the best.
TFRadio.net
.net/Amazon. Yeah, let me fix that. So Eric, so did you get anything else?
No, I ordered a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't have any of that yet. So no, I just have a lot of debt.
Yeah, see, Brian, this is why we need that General Toy podcast.
Mhm.
Actually, yeah, you're right. We do need to do that General Toy podcast. Jason, did you get anything?
Yes.
I'll put you on screen, and I will take
I love you.
Diecast off. Nope. Actually, no, I'm focusing on Diecast.
Hey,
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants Jason.
Hey, that's not nice.
Oh, I just went to see you. I didn't mean no one wanted you. That sounded worse.
I'm glad you put me on camera though, because I actually set it up so I could show everything on camera. So first off, I got Berserker when he was $7. I think he was on sale for.
He's
But-
worth that for sure.
I don't see. That's the thing though, because he's still in the box. Because I've been so impressed with these movie toys that I don't know if it's even $7.
Them.
We'll see. And Matt, you're probably right. And then I don't have him on camera because I forgot. I also got Cogman, and contrary to popular belief of people on the show, I think I ended up having to get him for like $33 on Amazon. I don't think he's worth it. I really don't. Now, to be fair, my version of him does not peg together for crap. So the QC on mine is terrible. Like his car mode is just nothing but gaps and panels everywhere. But yeah, I heard so many good things about him, and so I was like, oh, $30, I can do that. It seems worth it. Mine, I do not think so. But in the good news, I got the toy of TFCon DC, Big Cannon. I wish
It's glorious.
it is. I wish Hasbro, as much as I love Titan's Return, the fact they made Galvatron a triple changer. I mean, this is the Hasbro could have done this figure just like this, and it could have been $45.
Wait, is that the open and play?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, open and play
Big
Big Cannon.
Technically, Galvatron's always been a triple changer. It's just the third form was once a jet, or was once a gun instead of a jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right, Rob. But I don't know, because of how well this one came out, it's just worlds better, and we could have had a really nice official leader class Galvatron.
All of the unnecessary bits were stripped off of it for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
for Big Cannon, and it helps tremendously. And the fact that it's not a Headmaster just elevates it that much more.
Right, exactly.
It's pretty darn screen accurate.
It doesn't have the
nice.
terrible face mask. It wasn't even the fact that it was a Headmaster, it was the fact that was the one Headmaster like with the helmet that they just screwed up out of all the others. They did so much better except that one.
Yeah, that's a good head sculpt on him for sure. So big ups there.
Yeah.
How much?
And
did you
also
pay for that?
60, 65 maybe.
I kind of want that.
Oh, he's worth it. I think everyone else on the show here pretty much has one, so they'll agree with you maybe, or agree with me maybe. But
Yeah,
I don't
mine,
agree.
you can't see mine, but he's standing up on the very top shelf.
I
He's pretty
reviewed
great.
it and then I sent it on, and it was,
Oh, okay.
I don't miss it. My fans' toys is so much better, and I know they're different classes. For me, I don't need another Galvatron that size.
that's fine. Yeah. And then I got, after months and months of waiting, Make Toys finally released Thunder Mantis. I love this figure so much. It's not even funny. He is amazing.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah. Well, you expected otherwise? You're a big fan of Striker Mantis. Why wouldn't you think he was great?
I don't
thinks
know.
it's
He's just a
tiny.
little bit too small for me.
Because it's not masterpiece scale. We went over this.
Yeah.
Right. Which, I don't understand that, but of course, Diecast, you and I will have a masterpiece.
Jason, I don't know what you're talking
God,
about.
you're
I've
right,
had
some
him
point.
for months. I like him.
But Jason, you and I tend to like the same figures. That's why I was.
Yeah. It seems
More
to
or
be,
less.
yeah. But no, he's great. I was really afraid because he was supposed to come out in December and then January and February. Finally, he came out in February.
Welcome
But,
to third party.
yeah, really. But
Oh,
Make
2
Toys
years
is really
later.
usually
This
pretty.
one,
Yeah.
this one came out on time. I'm curious why that one didn't when it's the second use of the mold.
I think with maybe tolerances with the divine armor and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
extra
one surprised me.
parts. Yeah.
I'm curious when the divine armor's coming out for this one because I want that because it looks really good on that figure, and I have.
Yeah, and
and
you'll probably end up actually getting a God Bomber for that.
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say they showed off that the God Bomber, like it's almost the same exact armor, but it has a robot mode. So I was like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, so for 125, I think, he's great. I definitely recommend this figure. And as fans hobby and Make Toys with their cross dimensions are just two of my favorite things in third party. They're both amazing. So
Yes.
big recommend on my part. And that's it.
Cool. So while we were talking about all of the Diecast found the Ripper Snapper and everything, I realized that the one toy that I don't have is Moonracer. So I was just checking Big Bad Toy Store to see if she was there, and they have the entire wave for $90. All 5 figures. That's actually not bad.
That's about what I paid at retail for them.
Yeah,
I was gonna
huh.
say, yeah, that sounds. Although you have to pay shipping. Oh, it's only $4 shipping.
but
so
you
that's
got
not bad.
you got to pay shipping, but you can actually snag them. Like I've only been able to find
exactly because they're double packed.
I've only been able to find
'cause some
two of
aren't.
I've only been able to find 2 of these at retail. So I ended up getting Ripper Snapper thanks to
And
Diecast.
Moonracer short packed.
I
So
got
Yeah, Moonracer and Blackwing, right?
Yeah.
I got Ripper Snapper thanks to Diecast just a minute ago, and I got Blackwing on Amazon last night or the night before.
Is he still up?
No, well,
No.
I overpaid for it.
Okay.
But yeah, Moonracer I've still yet to get, so I don't know when I will. Fingers crossed.
Eventually.
Chris has got Moonracer for me
I
along
saw
with
that.
the 2 Dinobots, so hopefully next week.
Sweet. Did you get anything this week?
No. FedEx is being a little slow, so my Wave 2 Legends are not here yet.
Well, there is a snowstorm going on
Yeah.
for some of us.
Well,
yeah.
FedEx was dragging their heels on my stuff before there was a snowstorm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Same here,
Did-
but
so-
snowstorm's not going to help.
So
I should have had some of my stuff last week.
Yeah.
So actually, I asked pre-show, but you weren't here at that point, Matt. Did you get snow?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we actually got sent home half the day yesterday. So
Oh, wow.
I left at 10 o'clock, and none of the roads been plowed.
Ooh.
So a trip home that normally takes me 25 minutes took me almost 2 hours.
Ooh.
I remember a couple years ago, you shared a picture of like a foot of snow at your house when it was like 70 degrees.
I could have topped that yesterday,
Wow.
but now everything it warmed up a little bit and everything packed down. But yeah, I'm talking there was a tractor trailer jackknifed off the side of the road yesterday where it slid off. Then I fell into a ditch yesterday and had to use 4-wheel drive to get out on the way home. It was pretty brutal around here.
Yeah, I would like to actually get a little bit of snow. It snowed last week while you guys were here, or like right before you left, but not much. John did.
Oh, I actually forgot something.
Okay.
I got my first Iron Factory figure. It's the Combiner Hunters RC, like the black and pink RC with the giant cleaver. And man, I really like it because I always kind of wanted that Combiner Hunters RC. I just really like the design and the giant cleaver.
Cool.
I just thought the color scheme was cool. So this fellow came out with their Bruticus, I think, which
The
I want.
Onslaught, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say my one co-host was getting that set and he didn't really want this, so I got it off of him, and I really like it. So,
Cool.
So, are you planning on getting any more? Anything else?
I mean, I knew I was gonna be in once they revealed their Nova Prime and DJD. So this is just my first one, but I will be in on future releases from now on.
Me too.
Forgot about those.
I already am pre-ordered.
RFC, the gateway drug to third party.
Amen.
Yep.
I would never actually use that tagline. It's not my thing. So this week in history, I'll mention this. 1988. This was
There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll do that.
30
that's accurate.
30 years ago. The Headmasters episode, My Friend Six Shot, premieres in Japan. Don, you remember this one, right?
Yeah.
This is the one where Daniel befriends Six Shot, and Six Shot basically, I guess, effectively changes allegiances. I mean, he doesn't like. I guess he's no longer technically evil, but he's like. They call in the dub. He calls him like Uncle Six Shot, which is pretty which is pretty great.
And in this version, Daniel actually carries a laser pistol with him, which is
Cool.
This is Uncle Six Shot, and this is Jackass Willie.
Yeah. In the American show, I guess technically in 2010 as well. At least in one episode, he carried like a laser knife or something.
Huh?
You remember that, Don? Or anybody else who was around? Yeah, when he had the energy knife. The funny thing is, again, keep in mind that in the U.S. that series took place in 2006, and the last time I checked, 12 years ago, I did not have a laser knife, and I'm pretty pissed off about that.
Did you check in your flying car? Maybe you lost it.
Check.
Oh wait, never mind.
No.
Maybe you left it on Cybertron.
Maybe.
Or fell into your self-lacing Nikes and you just didn't know it.
Yeah. I mean, technically they did have the, Autobots there who could introduce technology and stuff, but still pretty sad by that. Okay, jumping into the big news this week. Toys R Us to begin liquidation of some stores as early as tomorrow, which is probably the day that you're hearing this, or before. You're probably hearing this after. Some U.S. warehouses to close by mid-May.
And I just want to say I am hedging my bets here a lot because the original story was specifying that this information had come from letters given to employees in a bunch of different states: Wisconsin, New Jersey, Missouri, Hawaii, Georgia. But we don't know 100% for certain that this is the same plan across the chain.
So you mentioned in here the WARN Act, which is the Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act. It says that companies with 100 or more employees have to provide advance notice of mass layoffs. Now, there are ways you can sort of work around that when it comes to... so you could let somebody off. You could just lay somebody off and then pay them for that 90-day period. Toys R Us is not doing that. What it sounds like, according to the letter, that Toys R Us will be paying people through May 14th, but will not be offering severance packages.
No severance.
Yeah.
Executives got, $16 million payouts, though. So.
Well, that was bonus for last year, which, I mean, not saying anything, but I mean, at that point, they weren't necessarily closing their doors. They probably knew they were, though, and that was probably a golden parachute.
Yeah, that's. I'm pretty sure that's why they went to court to get that bonus over the objections of basically everyone up to and including the Department of Justice.
Yeah. But yeah, it does not look good. We knew last week that it was going to happen. Now we know that it is happening. Well, what we don't know though is like the schedule by which they will be liquidating their assets and how that will actually take place.
And they said there's talks to keep the top 200 stores open, right? No, like that's not for sure, but yeah, but they're talking about possibly selling them off to Toys R Us Canada, so it's possible 200.
I mean, Toys R Us Canada isn't doing incredibly hot either, so I mean, how smart is that? How long is that going to last?
Yeah.
And is that even a factual thing that's happening?
Yeah, I don't know.
I may have misread it, but I thought they were not necessarily talking about Toys R Us Canada taking over the top 200 stores, but I thought they were talking about maybe possibly selling the Canadian business and the top 200 Toys R Us stores.
Possible. I mean,
in the U.S. I don't know. Yeah, there's been a lot of news. There's even news that Toys R Us, one of their reasonings for why they're doing so poorly was that the millennials aren't having enough kids.
Well,
yes, the people who gave themselves the gigantic bonuses say this is all our fault.
It's our fault for not having kids.
Well, honestly,
we didn't have the kids, but we buy all the toys.
This is true. This is true. Now, admittedly,
I bought all I could. I couldn't buy any more.
Admittedly, though, when it comes to how retailers work, a lot of it is cyclical and generational. I mean, Sears is all but closed, and Sears was the most dominant retailer in the world for a period. It's just
John, you could have bought 3 Cybertrons. Just putting that out there.
That's true, but the world changed, and Sears didn't necessarily follow suit. I mean, there are reasons that Toys R Us is in the shape that it's in, but I mean, there may be some truth to that. Millennials are not necessarily. So,
I think it's.
Well, I would say it hurts babies or us.
I think kids are more interested in digital entertainment nowadays than
I agree with. I agree with that.
I'm not saying toy industry's dead, but I'm saying
I'm not going to blame.
Yeah, there's some.
Sorry, I'm not going to blame millennials for Toys R Us closing when Toys R Us was run poorly.
Oh yeah, no.
I blame Toys R Us.
Yes,
it's a small piece.
There is a decline in the birth rate that they stated ever since, I believe they said 2007, 2008 when the recession hit. So there is some justification.
People are being more responsible with their money, so they don't end up homeless.
Yeah. So
and that too.
I totally agree with what Matt says. Yes, they were run poorly. Absolutely. Also, though, they're trying to maintain a brick and mortar, store in a digital world, selling product to a market that's increasingly shrinking. So I mean, it's just the perfect storm of crap that's led to all of this, which leads me to the next thing I wanted to talk about. So the name of the company, I've already forgotten it, but there's a company that specializes in buying dead brands. Strategic Marks, which I love that name, Strategic Marks, announced that they plan to revive KB Toys. And
that is the best news I have ever heard in my life.
To quote, save the toy industry.
I love it.
So
go
ahead.
The current shape of this plan, which I don't think is mentioned in this post, but has come out since I made it, is that it looks like at least the first incarnation of the new KB Toys is going to pretty much take the place of the Toys R Us Express stores. They're going to be pop-up stores
around Christmas time.
Yeah,
correct?
around the holiday season. And the current plan is that a lot of the product that was intended to go to Toys R Us later in the year, probably a lot of the exclusives and such that we didn't know about yet, things like that will probably end up going to this KB Toys instead if all goes according to plan.
Now, I'm not saying that I don't want this to happen, because of course I want this to happen. That would be, I think that would be great. But there's so many things that trip my BS meter with this.
Yes.
Yeah. So it just sounds like on the surface like a bad idea. bringing back that brand, trying to run a brick and mortar toy store again in a world where it doesn't make sense. But hey, if they can do it and they can do it profitably, sure, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. I just question that will actually happen.
They need somehow to stand out. They need to do something different, because if you don't, we're moving into online stuff. So if you want to have a real brick and mortar store, you need to make it different than just another brick and mortar store. You have to have something different in the plan, which it doesn't seem like they do, but we don't know that much.
Yes, you have to differentiate, but more importantly, you need to be profitable. Diecast, you're about to say something.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about when we first started talking about Toys R Us closing. I was like, maybe there's another company that can come through and maybe create a smaller footprint store, maybe, put them in key areas. And, if it's an investment group, KB Toys, they have the name. The name has recognition in the industry.
It's been closed for 16 years?
Yeah, but this is what I was talking about. Originally, that something like this could happen, and everyone told me I was crazy.
No, you still may be crazy because it hasn't happened.
Completely insane. But I could see it being, if not, wildly successful, at least sustainable, if they're just doing these pop-up stores around the holidays in malls where people are already going to shop anyway. I could totally see this working.
So
I see malls as a problem. I see malls as that's what they did in the past, and that's one of the reasons they failed. And look at malls. Go in a mall, you're going to see 10 or 15 spots that are open. I think this needs to be in more of a strip mall setting rather than a mall setting.
Well, I agree. I'm kind of thinking that what might happen is that it might end up taking the place. Somebody in conjuncture with this talked about the Spirit Halloween stores that run from September to October every year. And, if KB slips into those spaces for 3 months after they're done with them, I think, those stores seem to do okay. For the 3 months a year they're around.
They come back every year, so they must do something, right?
So if that's the business model they're working on, if there's a method for that has been proven to work, maybe it can work for a toy store as well as it works for a Halloween store.
Don, go ahead.
Yeah. I've been giving this a lot of thought because I did work for K&K Toys and KB Toys. I was working for KB Toys when Machine Wars came out. And I've been giving this a lot of thought. I, for one, would love to see the name come back because there is still a lot of name recognition, especially with collectors. The trouble I'm having with this is, one, the timing. The timing on this announcement is a little too perfect.
Well, that's the reason they announced it. Because
I'm saying originally that's what I was thinking. But after that point...
That's your BS meter going off because there's a lot of BS here.
Well, even if they're working on it...
Don.
It's there.
But the thing that's true. But the thing about KB is, as much as I love them, and I shop them, even when I didn't work there, I loved going to KB. But you don't think of KB as a retailer to get the newest stuff. Not all the time.
It's a completely different company. It has nothing to do with the old KB.
I know. That's what I'm getting to. But what I'm saying is the old KB was a place where you went while you were at the mall, where you went to find stuff that you couldn't find anywhere else. It was always sort of like, well, we've tried everywhere else, let's try KB. Mm-hmm. Or if you're a collector, you went there because you knew they got the tail end stuff. They were your Ross, your Marshall, your TJ Maxx's before those companies really were big, because that's where you got your end of the line stuff. Yeah. And the fact that that's a negative in some people's minds, and they're going to have to change that perception for this relaunch, even if it to be successful. And that's what I'm a little worried about is can they make the new KB?
So Don,
I got two things.
Real quick. So to Don, to your point, what that says, you're just dancing around. It's a bad idea. To Diecast, earlier you said people said you're crazy. You probably still are, because it probably won't happen. But also the fact that, if depending on how small the footprint is, you're going to have to dedicate space to the stuff that sells. Right now, Transformers isn't where it's at, so we may not get a lot out of this. Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, that's true. But no, the two things I wanted to say is that one, this is not going to. This is probably only going to bear any resemblance to the old KB in that if they do end up in malls and strip malls like KB did, toy stores can only have so many shapes, and it's probably going to look vaguely like that. The other thing I wanted to say in terms of the timing is that the original post from this guy does say that they had gotten the KB trademark a year ago, and this was something they were working on anyway. And if I had done that, and if I was working on that, I would certainly jump on a chance to make a press release like this.
You're exactly right.
Yep. Right. Yeah. It was perfect timing. This last, it was perfect timing to announce it if you're working on something and you own this name to get it out there. And I don't think they would have done that if they were just sitting on the name and they were just buying the name to have it. I mean, there's still a chance, yes, maybe this won't happen, but I think there's a good chance that it will happen.
There's a good chance it'll happen for a year.
Yeah. That's a pretty good way of putting it. But I think also, I think because of this, they may have announced this before the plans were as far ahead as they thought, or as they would have wanted otherwise. So they may have a lot of things that they need to get set up before they're actually ready for this. So if they do try to jump on this holiday season, if that wasn't originally the plan, I hope they can get things set up well enough that it goes well for them.
I really hope this happens. I genuinely, honestly do. I just... Like Rodimus Supreme in the chat and on Twitter, yeah, he's wrong though. But on Twitter was telling me that I was negative Nancy. No, I'm trying to. I don't want to get excited for this, and I don't want people to, jump over the moon and then when this fails, be depressed because it probably will.
I feel like it's too soon to say that it's definitely going to be a failure, though. Honestly, I think they barely know their plan, so I feel like it's kind of quick to say their plan sucks when really I don't think they even have a definitive vision of what their plan is. So
there's no plan. There's nothing.
Yeah, if
there is so that's what I'm saying. There's nothing to go. There's nothing to go out either. There's nothing to go on either way. Really, you can't say that. Oh, this is going to work, or this definitely isn't going to work because we don't know what there is.
Statistically, most businesses fail, and almost hardly any ideas for a business actually get off the ground.
It only takes one spark to create a fire.
I love you. That is... Okay, let's move on. That's perfect. That's the way to end this. That's exactly right.
I've tried starting fires and not had a lot of luck sometimes, though, so here's hoping.
So, Takara, Tomy, Encore, Car Robots, Don, this is for you. Car Robots, God Fire Convoy packaging images for Robots in Disguise, Omega Prime reissue. This is what, $5,000?
$229, so close enough.
Don, are you getting it?
My budget.
No, as of right now, I'm not planning on getting it just because, I have the two original from Japan. I have the two USA versions. I have the black, I have the yellow, and I have the Toys R Us clear gift set. I'm good on those molds.
2 months from now, he'll have 3 of them.
Yes. What condition? Like the rubber on those, I'm certain it's already started to break down.
I really haven't checked, but the last time I did look at them, I didn't really see any problems. But again, I haven't really looked at them in a while.
It can't be rubbed if he doesn't look at it.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to look at it now because he knows he'd have to spend $229 on a new one.
But I mean,
so it makes me sad because I want them, but I can't afford that.
Yeah,
if it makes you feel any better, that Ultra Magnus is horrible.
Yes.
Well, I don't think the Ultra Magnus is as bad as everyone gives it grief for, and I do like that some of the paint changes on Optimus do make it look just a little bit better. But I mean, if you don't have the molds already and you want the great sword, because that is the same sword that came with Grand Maximus, they just changed out the handle for a different version that God Fire Convoy can hold. I mean, I think if you don't have it and you really want those molds and you want the great sword, it's not that bad. but it's it's definitely. I mean, you can get it cheaper if you don't care about the sword and the new colors. It just depends on your preference.
Yeah, you probably get on eBay for like $50.
About 100.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sell mine.
Loose.
Yeah, sell mine.
Let's just take a second here. Considering how much were these U.S. retail originally?
$20 each, something like that. They weren't much.
No,
25.
20. I think they were 29, Brian, because I remember on the way down to BotCon Durham, I found Prime and Magnus, and I bought one of each.
Okay,
as trade fodder.
Mega
Mega
were 15, Ultra were 25. These are closer to like what we would call leader class today. Yeah, 30 is probably right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So 229 is with markup for an import toy. That's about on par with the about 3-to-1 pricing we've had on reissues of toys for that era.
And also, whether or not the Magnus you like the Magnus or not, there's a lot of plastic in these figures. There's a lot.
Agreed.
There's a lot of
hence
toy
the
in these
3-to-1.
Yeah,
but also, it's fitting that Magnus was named God Magnus in Japan, just kind of following along the God Bomber legacy of not being the best individual figure in robot mode.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it. I can think of a lot worse figures I paid more money for than his original retail price.
Road Caesar,
Supreme Two-Door.
If only we had a toy line that could go back and redo past generations without having to bring back old molds, so it was 3-to-1 of the price, redo characters. If only.
Now it'd be interesting to see if Takara could do it. Super Mini Pla is. Like Matt has got the Super Mini Pla Megazords, and they're super detailed for the size. If they could do something like that for these older toys, it would be only about yay big, but it'll be highly detailed and highly posable.
I would love to see you try to put together a Super Mini Pla.
I have no idea what that is. So
a tiny model kit.
Same.
Yes.
Oh,
That's why I didn't buy the model kit for Tryon 3, because I'm terrible with models.
The way you wore with sticker sheets, I could see you trying to put together.
I feel like a video of him putting that together would be a hit. Just him attempting to put it together. I feel like people would enjoy that.
It'd be 5 minutes of me putting it together, and then 20 seconds of a hammer.
Don,
I feel like it'd be a hit.
Hey Don, if you had to get like a good camera and better internet, you would be like a star on YouTube if you were to do that.
Yeah, the world doesn't need more of me.
Yes, it
needs
does.
more Massey.
Yes, it does.
It needs less me and more Massey.
So let's see here. Takara Tomy movie The Best, March release, package images, Jetfire Hound, Nemesis Prime, etc., etc. I really like the packaging on these.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty nice. I like the cap they put on that Hound to fill out the vehicle mode a little bit more.
Yeah, it actually helps. Does that turn into anything or no?
Kind of a backpack / weapons rack kind of dealie.
Okay, I knew that it's the upgrade kit I'm thinking of. I think Dr. Wu did a kit that filled up the back of the vehicle, but then it turned into he turned into his chain gun.
Yeah.
So this one doesn't do that, but okay.
No, it just kind of turns into a little standing rack that holds his various handguns and things, it looks like.
Will anybody buy any of these?
I'm debating Nemesis Prime and maybe the Bumblebee only because I haven't seen the Bumblebee still, and I kind of want the hammer. So maybe, but probably not. Yeah, I don't know.
I forgot about the plot of the last night. And when I looked at Nemesis Prime, I'm like, wait, why isn't he more black? Oh, that's right. He's movie Nemesis Prime.
Yeah, so he has a hammer if you don't want to buy the whole figure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what is that, Diecast?
Dr. Wu.
Oh,
it's a Bumblebee hammer.
Dr. Wu.
So, really nice, too.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm not buying any of these, but I love the packaging. And sometimes that's all that matters. Let's see here. So I put this in, even though there's so many items in here. IDW brings panels, big exclusives, and debuts to WonderCon. So WonderCon is March 19th. No.
23rd to 25th.
23rd through 25th. So it's actually coming up. So basically, they announced that they're bringing a bunch of comics, and they'll have a lot of panels. So it looks like they will have Transformers-wise. Do they have anything Transformers-wise? No.
Yeah, they've got a panel on Friday.
Well, no, exclusive-wise.
Oh, exclusive-wise.
All I'm saying is G.I. Joe and Sonic's. Why would you not have Transformers? It seems to me like Transformers is one of their primary product.
Well, if the rumor is
the universe is ending,
and if they did an exclusive cover, they might have to reveal something or print something special.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, they might probably like later in the year. They'll probably have an exclusive version of the first full issue of the Unicron series. But
how big is WonderCon? Because they have a ton of panels.
It's good.
Well, IDW has really been plugging the Transformers panel, so it's big enough that they're actually willing to announce things. It would appear.
So Friday, March 23rd, 4 to 5, Transformers with John Barber and Margaret Scott. So that should be fun.
Yep, and then they're doing another panel on Saturday with
same crew, but plus Livio Ramondelli.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Mask panel, Don. You don't care about this iteration of Mask or Incarnation.
Actually, I've not read the book, so I don't know whether I do or not.
It got canceled, Don. So don't
no
worry
one else
about
read it either. So
hey, wait a minute. A book that got canceled that I didn't buy. That's a first, because the guys at Acme used to call me Cancel Man because everything I bought for several years got canceled in the first year and a half.
I fully believe
that. I have that happen to me as well.
Don,
The only thing my powers wouldn't work on is anything X related. So anything X-Men I bought, my powers do not work on anything X titles.
You know, WonderCon actually seems to have a lot of awesome panels. Where is this?
Los Angeles.
LA? Well, okay, well, I'm not going. I want to make a bigger deal of Heroes Con this year, because Heroes Con is a pretty big comic convention, and it's just right down the road from me. But I always just go and dick around the dealer room, and there's actually a lot more to it. But let's see here. Nobody cares about Sonic, but they also have Sonic stuff. I guess that's the big. There's a Stretch Armstrong panel.
Probably for the TV show.
Wow. Gem of the Holograms panel.
That's for Don.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a Gem fan.
I like Don. I like Don. I do love Don, but I like Gem. I'm not gonna lie.
Although I will say, a friend of
she is truly outrageous.
Truly outrageous.
Yeah. A friend's wife is a big fashion doll collector, Barbie, with a lot of different things, and she has all the Gem dolls. She actually took all the cassette tapes that came with Gem and copied them onto a CD for me. I still have the CD with all the Gem songs on it.
Oh my God, that is awesome, Don. I wonder if those are available anywhere, because I would actually love to listen to that stuff. I'll check it out.
I'm sure they'll be somewhere.
Yeah, that's
or
cool.
Maybe they'll end up in that vinyl line.
So hopefully we'll learn some stuff out of this for next week. So, big thing for me, Cyber Battalion Shockwave and Sideswipe found at retail. And I
like that Shockwave.
I think Phil. Was it Phil that
actually?
Didn't Phil find Shockwave?
Phil was not the one cited in this story.
Yeah,
he may have found it too.
I think he found it after. I think he did.
Yeah, but either way, yes, Walgreens is now stocking this Cyber Battalion Shockwave. So if you like the look of that, it is out there for $16, $17.
I love this
Mom,
thing.
no knees.
Even so, I'm kind of tempted.
Yeah, for $18, considering how big it is, it looks great.
It's kind of funny that Shockwave would be the one thing that the best looking modern figure of it has no knees, because even the original figure had knees.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of these we'll see customized into those little robots from Ghost in the Shell, since it kind of looks like that.
No idea.
It's possible. That's probably more likely for the upcoming Cyberverse Shockwave, though.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting the two mixed up. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Flame Toys officially licensed Tarn figure. We have color samples. This is
beautiful.
This is $300.
Yeah, and probably more though, because he's a little bulkier than Drift, so he could be more. But
it's
oh my
really
God,
nice looking. Look at that.
Don't.
Oh, it is.
So I guess this is y'all's Unicron limp, huh?
I'm
kind of.
Except I might actually get this. So
I mean, look at that pose.
I know.
He's so menacing.
Well, is it a statue or is it a figure?
It's a figure.
It's a figure.
It's supposed
Oh,
to
yeah.
be a non-transforming figure.
It's like the mass Optimus and Megatron that they did.
With
The big action figure.
With the exception of those device label. Device label were designed by Takara. There was some peripheral that transformed that I think was licensed by Hasbro, but otherwise they don't license transforming toys, but they will license toys. I don't know if that's a hard and fast rule, but it's just the way it's worked out. Like any kind of thing like this has been non-transforming that they've licensed. God, that is beautiful.
I know. It's just the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really in my wheelhouse though, but it is beautiful.
No, it wouldn't go with anything else I have, which is as good a reason as any to not spend $300.
That's a very good reason.
That would definitely go with Diecast collection, though. His collection is full of stuff like that.
Buy it.
With all his super premium $3,000 figures that he's got.
I can't. Well, I'm really happy with the MMC one, so I don't know.
When does this one come out? Does anyone know when this is actually coming out?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
Speaking of super premium stuff, do you have any of the? You don't have any of the Ultimetal figures, do you, Diecast?
No.
Why not?
They're way too much.
Aren't those like $1,000?
Like
yeah, okay.
$1,000.
I thought.
But that's what he spends basically in a week on toys. So maybe he could just.
You can say take a week off from other toys and just get one of those just to say you did, Diecast.
Yeah, skip a box of Taobao and go for that.
Mm-hmm. And I don't see any pre-orders for it, so
Yeah, but
not
right
coming
now
soon.
I'm in so deep I might damage the Chinese economy.
That's true. I think we took a look at this a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was last week, but we have new photos of Power of the Primes, Optimal Optimus. I like it. I like these better than I like the ones before, honestly. This is one of the things where I have the original figure still. It's basically in the same condition it was when I first bought it, and I feel like I don't necessarily need another one, but
you're still going to buy it anyway.
I'm still going to buy it.
See, I like this. It's different. I don't have the original, so
I was going to say, I don't have the original, so that's why I'm getting it. If I did, I honestly would probably skip it because there's a little bit different, but it doesn't seem like that much. But like I said, I don't own it, so this is great for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and hope they do a Primal Prime repaint in some fashion. Because I've got Primal Prime, but he's in the box, and I didn't want to open it up because I like it in the box the way it looks.
It'll flake away when you open it.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I've got Optimal Optimus out on the shelf, so I have the toy. I just prefer the Primal Prime color, so I'm gonna hope we get a repaint of that.
Why don't you just get the Year of the Monkey Primal Prime?
40.
I do. I've got that.
It's like $45 on Amazon right now. I'm actually considering it.
Yeah,
I've
already got that.
Ooh.
But I'm hoping we get this. That's not a surprise Hasbro Toy Shop exclusive, and then you have to fight everyone else for it for 5 minutes.
So two people in the chat have said Blade Raider, Nightwing Numb, basically that Diecast could have saved Toys R Us.
I think he tried.
I tried.
I think we all tried.
Did he? I mean,
he didn't try hard enough.
Like you say, if you would have bought half the stuff from Toys R Us that you do from Taobao, I feel like they'd be fine.
They stopped really getting masterpieces. I mean, we haven't really gotten many masterpieces in Toys R Us like we used to get.
You needed to buy 2 Cybertrons.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm waiting. I'm honestly going to wait till like there's one left, and whatever the discounted price is, I might pick one up.
Well, y'all think of it like this. How much older am I than Diecast? What, 15 years, give or take?
13.
13. So I was spending 13 years worth of money before he even started. So if that doesn't help at all, plus everything else that I bought, I mean, I can only do so much by myself, people.
I only go to Toys R Us maybe twice a year, and I have one that's 20 minutes from my house. It's just...
But Don, you use Dononomics, so like that doesn't help them.
No. A lot of that was like retroactively Dononomics. You know, I still paid full retail minus whatever my reward points were.
You just justified it in your head.
Yeah,
is what Dononomics is for.
So,
kind of.
Real quick, for people watching the video, I don't know that we've mentioned yet that Jason shaved, and I keep looking.
Have in the chat.
Yeah, and I keep looking. I look over. I'm like, oh, who's that again? And I'm like, why are they on the show? Then I'm like, oh, it's Jason. Like,
well, to be fair, you're probably still thinking that even when you realize who I am.
It's Jason. Wait a minute. Why is he on the show?
No. As soon as I saw that XV wasn't on, I sent you guys a note. And I'm like, hey, do you guys want to be on? But yeah, like, I 3 times. I'm like, who is that? So.
And it's self.
But I've told that story a million times. Hey, Rob. So I have this in the news. Do we have anything worth talking about from that Unicron number 0 interview?
It's pretty short. Basically, what it comes down to is that the two main things is that John Barber does say in the interview, yes, this is the end of the story we've been telling for over a decade, which pretty clearly points to a reboot of the whole IDW thing, and also mentions that this. He brainstormed this story with basically everybody that has been writing Transformers comics in the last few years. James Roberts, Mairgard Scott, Nick Roche all contributed to this. So nice. That's pretty much the only information we have at the moment. But it sounds promising.
That's cool.
I hope it's just one issue and that Unicron just destroys everyone, and that's literally the end of the story. It's just like they tried, they didn't win. We took a realistic approach.
Okay, so let's go ahead.
Hey, we're gonna. Sorry, before you go in, it just keeps me thinking about the Titan class Unicron that I wanted, and this changed from okay, we're gonna do Unicron to okay, we're rebooting everything. Just make Unicron kill everybody.
Yeah,
that is entirely likely.
It's the best use of Unicron if you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Other than a lamp.
Other than a lamp. So,
He's right.
Guess what? If you want to buy a lamp, or you want to buy a book about the ketogenic diet, go to tfradio.net/Amazon. You can buy basically anything there. In fact, actually, I just went to tfradio.net/Amazon right now and looked for ketogenic diet, and I found a book that's the complete ketogenic diet. I gotta admit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
So if you want to, buy books or supplies or whatever, tfradio.net/Amazon. You can buy anything. And I mentioned last 2 weeks about the bidet, tfradio.net/bidet. It's it's like $25. It's the best $25 that I've ever spent. Period.
Brian, I meant to ask you, is that what two toilets say when they meet each other? Is bidet?
Yes. So Don, if you want to order one, I'll go install it for you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll be glad to. No problem at all. Just I'll just drive up there. We can get breakfast at Golden Corral again. That was a great morning. Go back to that McDonald's, hang out, look at toys, install a bidet.
It'd be a happy day.
Be a happy day.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Well, I tried. tfradio.net/Amazon. Hey, Rob, what's on TFormers this week?
Okay, we've got some minor stories. The director of I think he's the director of Pacific Rim Uprising, Stephen DeKnight, who was part of the Transformers writers' room, has a lot of good things to say about the Bumblebee movie, which not too surprising. But he's looking forward to it. Let's see. We got a list of what is going to be in Tiny Turbo Changers Wave 3 via Amazon Canada. So that I didn't even realize that there was going to be a Wave 3. So I'm glad that's going on, because we should have had transforming blind box figures from ages back. It's about time. And I've gotten a couple of them. They're cute little things. So happy to see that. And lastly, I think my favorite thing of the stories in here is a couple of YouTube videos for Takara Tomy's release of the Studio series and the and the Turbo Change stuff. And the Studio series videos have some fairly nice stop motion animation showing the figures transforming. So that's worth a look.
So, I like that a lot.
So
yeah, me too.
So in the show notes, there was something in there from last week, and I asked Diecast if that was still in there from the week before, if it was new. And it was like, what's on Taobao? And why don't we have a what's on Taobao segment?
We have done that on There Goes My Money before.
Yeah.
Technically.
When was the last time we had a There Goes My Money?
It's been like 4 weeks. There hasn't been much that's been announced lately.
But there's always stuff on Taobao. That that should be its own show. That would be great.
What's on Taobao?
Like that.
You can do it every day.
That hot rod
that's the name of it too. There's always stuff on Taobao.
No, Diecast, seriously. Yeah. I'm not even joking. I think you could probably give up reviewing the third-party stuff and just reviewing the stuff that you find on Taobao and build a YouTube empire.
Oh, geez.
I think that I am endlessly fascinated by the crazy stuff you found.
Like that Rodimus head that I just found, or hot rod head.
Yes.
And some of the weird knockoffs. I mean, like that giant Legends of Megatron. You know,
so
anything really bizarre.
Here's what
find a knockoff Unicron lamp, and I'll be impressed.
So here's what Diecast was talking about: this random mini Rodimus head. I don't even get it, but it's amazing.
It's weird.
With goatee, it looks like almost.
I know. I just realized that. I was like,
chin.
Does he have a goatee?
That's just his chin. That's just chin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting, though. It's got to be Rotocast, I would think.
It has the Hasbro logo on this vague, what I'm assuming is a certificate of authenticity that I doubt. Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's on the network this week? On our new show, that one episode of Robotech, myself, Paladin, and Chris take a look at Robotech.
So I hadn't thrown it to you yet, Don, but go ahead. Don, what's on the network this week?
Absolutely nothing. Not a thing. There is nothing listed in the section, Brian.
Oh, crap. That's because I didn't copy and paste it.
Yeah, there is nothing listed. There's nothing listed. That's why I made up the Robotech thing, was because there was nothing listed.
I wrote it out, but I didn't. So, Don, you can
Happy
go to
day with Don.
You can go to tfradio.net, or I'll just do it because,
Okay.
My internet works. So... how was your weekend? Episode 32, favorite TV shows. On this episode of How Was Your Weekend, Wendy and I talk about some of our favorite TV shows. Super Force for the win.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
Wow.
I know.
That takes me back. That takes me back.
Don, you're the only person who I've mentioned that to who knows what in the hell I'm talking about.
Yes, I watched it. I watched it along with Superboy, the television series. And
yes.
All that stuff, all that 30-minute block of stuff at that time.
And the other show that we posted this week, RPG Lessons Learned 46, East Texas University Game 2. This week on RPGLL, Dusty, Mike, and I returned to our East Texas University adventure with game number 2. Unlike the first game, it was fun. The first play was, there's a lot of challenges that we had with Skype and other things, but this game was full of challenges and was fun. And we have recorded, or we've played a subsequent game after this, and we'll talk about it here in a few weeks. But
nice,
yeah. So we've been trying to play our games over Skype instead of in person, just because we've had some issues getting everybody together in the same room. And we actually this past weekend recorded or played a I forgot the game off the top of my head, but we played a game in Rokugan with the Shadow of the Cabal podcast host.
Legend of the Five Rings?
Legend of the Five Rings, yeah. We played a L5R game, and over Skype, and it actually worked out really well.
That's cool.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Really enjoying doing that over Skype now. I like playing games in person better, but I am definitely not opposed to doing games over Skype, so we should do a game at some point. That could be a lot of fun. Just saying. Okay, Diecast does not have any reviews this week, so guess what? We're done. That's it. You can find this episode at tfradio.net/563. You can leave us a voicemail at 931-99-GOBOT. It's 931-994-6268. Follow us on Twitter at TFRadio. On Facebook at facebook.com/TFRadio, and on Instagram at TF Podcast. Rob Springer is on Twitter. Rob's not here. Rob hasn't recorded an episode of Being Awesome in a while. We miss hearing you, Rob. We really do. Rob can be found at zonebase.org and at RoboRobSpringer. Don, how do people get a hold of you?
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EBR.
You can also be found at the local Golden Corral.
He can be.
Probably more than I should be.
That Golden Corral was great that we went to. Like
it was It was even better than my local one, and my local one is pretty snazzy.
Yeah. I was actually really pleased by that meal. When Chris, whoever said, I want to go to Golden Corral, I'm like, no, I don't want to go to Golden Corral. We need to go somewhere else. Like something.
Well, it wasn't a sketchy Chinese place for once, so that was nice.
Though there was one directly across from our hotel, and we managed to somehow not go to it.
And that's actually a good Chinese place.
And we didn't go to Waffle House.
Which was even closer to our hotel.
You failed.
That's right, Don. Next time, you and me are going to Waffle House because I will never eat at Jack in the Box again.
There was a steak house right beside of your hotel.
Ooh.
It's called Scores.
Oh,
I see what they did there.
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me on the Facebook at Reviews by Diecast, on the YouTubes at RFC Reviews, and on the Twitters at Diecast2.
And on Taobao.
Not Taobao. I love that. Okay, Jason.
I do have a Taobao name. It's Diecast2.
Now, can people follow, like on eBay, people can follow other people. Can people follow people on Taobao?
You can follow sellers. I don't know that.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if he's not selling anything, I don't know how, you would follow, track his purchases.
Did you ever did you ever put up like that how to sell buy on Taobao? But you really need to.
No, I never did.
You really need to.
Yeah.
It's been so long. I would have to go through the whole setup process again because it's been so long. I don't remember how to set it up.
If you have
And it does change periodically.
That's true.
Do.
So if you have any free time this weekend or sometime, let's sit down virtually over Skype and walk me through it, and we'll record it, and we'll have video one, and I'll have a Taobao account too, and I can start getting crazy crap off Taobao.
Okay. Oh, I love this.
Should you really do that?
No.
Yes.
No.
Shut up, Eric. Yes.
No. Diecast will get all this this high end stuff, and I will go for the stuff that's $1 and $2. I'll be getting.
You'll get 1,000 of them. That's the thing. You'll find $1,000 things that you like, and it's oh, it's only $1. It's only $1. It's only $1.
Diecast got me that Nemo dolphin off of Taobao, and I love that. He got me the bug combiner off Taobao, and I love that. What else?
The transforming bus.
Did
he got me the bus off Taobao. Yes. Diecast. The cheap stuff is the best stuff. Except for that, I think that Thomas the Tank Transformer combiner because it broke.
Yeah, that was not good. That was very, very cheap.
But thank you for buying that again. That was Diecast is awesome.
That reminds me that what makes me really sad? I've been checking the Easter baskets at every store I've gone to this year.
Nothing.
Yeah, no knockoff Transformers whatsoever. Not even
this is sorry, Ron.
Oh, I was just gonna say that year I got the knockoffs of third-party Blast Off and Swindle and Easter baskets was the last year I saw any decent Transformers knockoffs in any Easter baskets, and I am so sad about that.
Again, though, and I posted this to Twitter, but I was in Ollie's this past weekend, and I was getting Russell Stover Christmas chocolate, and over the PA it said, "Hey, just in Russell Stover chocolate, you can use it to fill out those Easter baskets," and that was the only Russell Stover that I saw. So they were expecting people to put Christmas chocolate in Easter baskets, which I'm all for. But I just thought it was hilarious. Jason, how do people get a hold of you?
Well, if you want to go to my boring Twitter account, you can go to Jason S. Kirk on Twitter. But if you want to do something really exciting, you can go to everlastingminute.com and check out my new podcast, Minute by Minute, of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Episode 14 came out today, so there's plenty of time to get on the train before momentum's growing.
Episode 14. How often do you post this?
3 times a week.
Okay, because I'm God, it hasn't been 14 weeks since you started talking.
No.
Okay.
No, we didn't go daily, but we didn't want to go weekly, so we settled on 3.
Okay, that's cool. Matt, how do people get a hold of you? Melvar on Twitter, 3 L's, 2 R's, MELLLVARR, and also at ChrisRTXV on Twitter because they're basically the same person, except for I think Chris is probably better with the photo skills, which you can find his stuff.
And Chris likes orange.
He does. Well, who doesn't like orange? Chris can be...
My Twitter feed is angrier than his.
I think your Twitter feed, my Twitter feed, I think your Twitter feed is what I would, if I were more open with what I want to say, I think your Twitter feed is kind of like a proxy for me.
He doesn't say anything. He just retweets.
Well, he retweets stuff I would retweet. And literally, again, it used to be a proxy for me because I made up the account and was just tweeting whatever I wanted to.
I remember those days.
That was the best. Rob.
I am on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Flail-Throughs, also on YouTube at Flail-Throughs, taking a break from Gundam Side Stories this week and running some Gundam Battle Operation rounds from back when that game still existed. And, of course, you can find the video reviews that Chris and I do for TFormers on YouTube at TFormers TV.
Oh, yeah, and I forgot, Chris can be found on Flickr at flickr.com/ChrisRTXV.
Yep.
Eric.
You can find me on Twitter at Eric Crowbar or Instagram at Aramis Prime, and then
How do you spell it?
Well, I mean Eric Crowbar is easy, but Aramis Prime is ERIMUS Prime, like just all one word, no underscores or anything.
Excellent.
But also Nerdy Geek Talk. Subscribe to that on YouTube or anywhere you listen to probably this, in all honesty, for all my podcasts, including Steel City Bots, which is a fun time. So go ahead and do that.
You know, you should make an exception for old people to be on your show.
I've had Diecast on my show.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I was on.
That's
So where's
cool.
our
Wow,
invite?
that was the most backhanded wow.
I knew you wouldn't be offended by it.
My invite must have gotten lost in the email.
Mine too.
Jason, we've talked about this like 3 times.
Yeah.
We've literally talked about this 3 times.
I'm old, Eric. I don't remember these things.
We record shows at the same time.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I never got an invite, so
Yeah,
I'm
me
not.
neither.
I have a list that I'm actually going through, but I swear I'll get to you at some point. I promise.
So basically, it's like Aaron Archer's list that he has on the back of his door. Like, don't make toys for these people, and I'm like on the list or something.
Awesome. John.
That John D everywhere.
Excellent. Well, guys, thanks for being here. It's been awesome. While I've missed not having Chris here, Jason and Eric, you guys have done a valiant job filling in.
I brought the orange.
You brought the orange.
Although you do realize you said you missed not having Chris, which made it sound like you were liking not having. Just I don't know the way you worded it. I was like, oh, he likes. Not
I miss having Chris on the show.
Yeah, to say.
We all miss Chris on the show.
We all miss Chris on the show, except for that one guy who emails. But you know, I don't care what he thinks anyway.
I'm just bored. That's the only reason I do that.
We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah.
So, like, I was joking about the one guy who emails, but the one thing I think I've made abundantly clear to all you guys in email is that somebody complains about everything.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll get complaints about like one thing. One person will complain, then somebody else will say, "Man, I love that you did X, Y, or Z." It's just literally you can't please everybody.
Yeah, that's how everything is. You can't win.
I used to worry about it, but now it's like, oh well, I appreciate the feedback, whether you're telling me that it's terrible or you're telling me that you love it. Either way.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'll take feedback, but I don't care that much about what other people think. If it's constructive criticism, then yeah, I'll take it. But like, I do what I want to do. That's what matters.
Whatever, I do what I want.
I think it's just because of the nature of humaning, but the things that I tend to listen to the most tend to be the constructive criticism that mirror what I was thinking anyway. Mm-hmm. Just like things I've been thinking about I should be doing better. If somebody brings it up, they
just reinforce it pretty much.
Yeah.
Ooh, John, you're doing a minicast tomorrow. What are you doing it on?
When's the last time there's been a minicast?
It's been a while.
I gotta figure that out.
That
he just
makes
wants to do one.
That makes my day. Yeah. So
I'm doing it with. I'm doing. Hey, you remember Bill?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
Yeah. He'll be awesome.
I've slept in his house.
Okay.
Oh well, hey.
That's the guy we hung out with at TFCon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He also got
Good
a big
voice,
hand.
very talkative,
The toy,
lawyer,
huh?
trademark lawyer.
Smart guy.
Very good.
Bill's great.
Oh yeah.
Smart guy. And then I got to nail down like a 2 or 3 parter with Aaron Archer. So he's on board. He's fun.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
So Bill
Yeah.
Bill may have at one point had the most awesome collection that I'd ever seen in person of another person.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of his Japanese his time in Japan.
Well, this was
his
before.
Japanese
So
connections.
this was before he moved to Japan. It would have been with his Japanese connections. Because I think it was BotCon let's see here. Which BotCon was in 2007? So he was living in Maryland at that point, and Cypher and I rode up to his house and crashed. Then we went with him to 07, BotCon 07. And his collection was just the most massive thing I think I'd ever seen. Now I think I have more than he does. But at the time, or that he had displayed at that point. But I just never seen a collection so large, including Cyphers.
Sean
now
Hamilton
the
in
student
the chat.
has become the master.
Of course, he didn't have Minerva like Cypher has.
Well,
Brian, Sean was asking in the chat if Bill was actually home when you were sleeping in his house.
He was.
Okay.
He was at home.
Was he aware that you were there, though?
He was.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill will be a good guest. Yes, we do need to do a Get the Skinny on or before Monday.
yeah, okay.
Monday is usually not the best day for me because that's the day that I record with Wendy, but Wendy is going to be here this weekend. She's traveling here. It's also the day I record 2 of the RPG podcasts at a time.
It's also the day I record Steel City Bots, and therefore I know it's the day that Jason records something, because we've talked about it multiple times.
Yeah, but
Wait,
we forgot.
you record on Mondays?
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny
I
because
do.
the one time I was on Get the Skinny was a Monday we weren't recording Povix, so I was able to hop on with Brian and
John
which was great.
and I tend to record it whenever.
Yeah, but I think it was a Monday because I remember we weren't.
Hey, if you want to come back on and share your update next time we record, that'd be great.
I couldn't do it on a
Update,
Monday.
I
but,
shaved.
let me know next time you're not doing it on a Monday, and I'll be sure to be on.
That would be awesome. Okay. So yes, John, that's a yes.
All right.
Man, I can't wait for the minicast to come back. I love the minicast. I genuinely love that.
Mhm.
And I
Me
love
too.
and I love There Goes My Money. Hint hint.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll have one probably this weekend.
I need to get Graham back on.
Graham was great.
I just want to talk to Graham. That's all I really want.
God,
I miss Graham.
haven't talked to Graham since
Get Trickster back on too.
Yeah, she was fun.
gosh, I mean, could you get Hooks?
I don't know. I could try.
Hooks has been on the show before, if I'm not wrong.
Like years ago?
Like in 1999 or 2000 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm thinking back to the episode that when Hoop and Gabe filled in for me, and they were just randomly calling people up. They called Finn back up in Australia. I don't know how much they paid in long distance back then to do that, because they were just calling people up on the phone. They crank called Vice Grip X.
What happened to us, Brian?
I know, we grew up.
We used to be so much more fun.
Yeah, so let's see here. Now, one of those people...
I'm still fun.
Yeah. One of those people now is a professor of sociology, and the other is a retired Navy journalist.
Wow.
Yeah.
I liked it when we were just a bunch of dumb kids.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Diecast, if you do a There Goes My Money, don't forget about the Zeta RC that was just announced today.
Yeah, I was about to just do that too. Nah.
It's
it's
the crappy Toy World one.
It looks
Yeah.
like the deluxe, basically, from what I
its
saw.
head, and its head doesn't turn into a robot, so it doesn't matter.
Sean's got a great idea, John.
What?
He said do a minicast with a computer.
Okay. Sure. Or Alexa.
Alexa, do you fart? Yes, she does.
See, And I was thinking about legit, like 10 Transformers-related questions I could ask Alexa to stitch together.
Alexa,
a mini cast.
Who's your favorite Transformer?
I'm glad you asked. It's all about Optimus Prime. Semi-truck.
Oh.
Wow.
That's right.
She's a
Truck,
front
not
runner.
monkey. Thank you, Alexa.
I didn't know she would say that. I've never asked her that because usually, yeah.
Ask her what he turns into.
She said semi-truck.
Yeah, she said semi-truck.
Well,
yeah.
call her on it.
Alexa, what does Optimus Prime transform into?
Here's something I found on Wikipedia. Optimus Prime returns in Transformers: The Last Night, which is set 3 years after the events of the previous film. Did that answer your question?
No.
You can always send feedback through the help and feedback section of the Alexa app.
What kind of movies was she telling you about earlier before we started the show? Was it
Okay.
Bosnian? Bulgarian?
Bosnian, yeah.
so-
I think it was Bosnian.
Alexa,
Okay.
when does Teen Titans Go, the movie, come out?
Here's something I found on Wikipedia. To the Movies is an upcoming 2018
Okay.
American animated superhero
Oh,
comedy
now-
film based on the television series Teen Titans Go.
She answered it that time.
Well, sort of. She didn't give you a date, did she?
Rodimus Supreme said the best thing. Alexa, commence self-destruct sequence.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Okay. Alexa, who is your favorite Decepticon?
I don't have an opinion on that.
Ooh, now taking a stand.
Wow. Right.
Oh, like F the Decepticons.
Should
Not
have
a
been
fan.
Nitro Zeus.
I love Nitro Zeus, actually.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a good choice. We have Bisk, but you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
ask her about BotCon.
Alexa, tell me about BotCon.
Sahib Zada Mohammed Shahid Khan Afridi, popularly known as Boom Boom, is a former Pakistani cricketer and former captain of the Pakistan national cricket team.
So I'm gonna ask her about me, and she'll talk about the athlete. Alexa, who is Brian Kilby?
Brian Leonard Kilby is a retired marathon runner from Great Britain,
Yes,
whose
I am.
best year was 1962.
Yes, it was.
Ask her about Dawn.
Alexa,
No,
who is
don't.
Who is Donald Ferguson?
Here's something I found on Wikipedia. In May 2016, Trump accused Hillary Clinton of lying when she claimed that Donald Trump would force schools to allow guns in classrooms on his first day in office.
That's not okay.
Just right.
Ask her about me.
Alexa, who is Andrew Bathe?
Andrew Base Limited, the pharmacy based in Rochdale.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Ask her who the legendary John DeLuna is.
Alexa, who is John DeLuna?
Johnny DeLuca is an American actor who is known for his role as Butchie in the Disney Channel original movie, Teen Beach 2, and as Anthony in coming-of-age comedy Staten Island Summer.
Alexa, who is Jason Kirk?
Jason Kirk is a fictional character from the British ITV soap opera, Emmerdale, played by James Carlton.
I'm not even real.
You're a soap opera character.
Fraud.
Alexa,
Oddly fitting.
what is the largest known prime number?
There is no largest prime number, but the largest found so far is 2 to the power of 77,232,917-1, a Mersenne prime discovered in December 2017.
Alexa, when will the robots take over?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would have been great if she
telling.
would have started that creepy laughing that they were doing last week
Oh,
out
God.
of just randomly.
I never had
Oh
that.
my god. That's creepy.
Yeah, me neither.
I wish I had. Don, don't you want an Alexa now? You would need Wi-Fi first.
That might kill his bandwidth for his downloads. For
It actually probably would.
I mean, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, Brian. Anything I need to do, I can just get up and walk over there. So it's like, Alexa, turn on the light. Oh, the light switch is like 2 feet behind me.
That's not the point. The point is you can say,
Alexa,
turn off Office.
It's like Alexa, It's like, Alexa, find Massey. Oh, hell no.
You can do it.
Alexa.
What's Alexa's? Does Alexa have
Turn off
Alexa have a
bedroom.
last name? Ask Alexa what her
Okay.
last name is.
Alexa,
Ooh.
what is your last name?
I don't have a last name.
Alexa, turn on display lights.
Speaking of which,
Oh, it's Massey.
Attack.
Alexa, how many people have cats killed in the last year?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Oh,
Oh.
So are you running a dot or are you running a Eufy Genie?
the dot.
So in here, because I got it for $20, I think I have an Echo in every room now if you count the Eufy Genie.
I think you said that when you got the Eufy. You're like, now I have one in every room.
The green room, which is the guest room, I took the one out of my car and put it in there because I'm going to go ahead and get the one that fits in the power
holder?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get one that actually is made to go in the car because
What do you use it for in the car, though?
I tell it to play music and stuff.
can't you just like reach over and turn the radio on?
It's not safe, Don. He's driving.
Yeah, it's not safe, Don.
When he can just tell it to.
Alexa, play Fight to Survive by Stan Bush.
I thought you were going to say Eye of the Tiger.
Playing Fight to Survive from your library.
From his library. Yep.
There you go.
And there's our YouTube takedown.
Don hates that so much that he took...
No, it's just too loud.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Alexa, stop. Okay.
You're safe, Don.
I'm sorry, Don. I didn't realize it was that loud.
Yeah, it was. It was very loud.
Okay.
Ooh, Alexa, speak to me in Klingon. Didn't do it.
Lidge, judge. That's a Klingon toast. May your blood scream.
There.
I didn't know that she would do that.
I don't
I
think
didn't either until I took.
You know, it'd be weird if they actually made that as an option that it would be all Klingon. So people that actually learn the Klingon could actually.
Alexa, speak in Vulcan.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Okay.
she doesn't like you. She likes Jason.
She does.
answered Jason about the
She's a
David
Romulan.
with the
Yeah.
Or Riemann.
Oh, God.
We don't speak of that movie.
No, Riemanns were mentioned in other. Weren't they? Riemanns were mentioned in stuff other than
I don't
just.
think so.
Not
Oh,
that I
wow,
know
you're
of.
right.
Just
Wow.
Nemesis.
What a terrible, terrible movie that is.
I like it.
It's the worst Star Trek film. That's saying something.
Like it.
I mean, I love Star Trek. Don't get me wrong, but
I know you do.
Nemesis is the shits. It is the bottom. It's the dregs.
But Picard has a dune buggy. So.
Picard has a dupe.
And Tom Hardy. Let's not forget Tom Hardy.
Oh, jeez.
Alexa, tell me a Star Trek joke.
What do you get when you feed a tribble too much? A fat tribble.
You're done. You're off.
Okay.
She's done.
Okay.
I'm going to hang up on her.
Alexa? yeah.
I didn't say be like Dawn. I said tell me a joke.
Alexa, tell me a Star Trek joke.
My jokes are a lot better than that.
What is Captain Kirk's least favorite love story? Gordon with the Wind.
You got a good one.
I didn't know that she did that. Alexa, tell me a Star Wars joke.
No.
What's the internal temperature of a Dantron? Lukewarm.
Oh.
Wow. Wow. That's actually good.
That's actually pretty good.
I heard that a couple of months ago and used it at the store. It's very popular.
See, I told you she's telling Dawn jokes.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst best joke that someone have ever heard,
What is it?
or the best. No, it's one she used. What's the internal temperature of a tauntaun?
Oh.
Lukewarm.
I always told it as the back to tank, but yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh man. Okay.
I don't know if she'll do a Transformer. Okay, hold on. Alexa, tell me a Transformers joke.
Please no.
What do you get when you cross Wonder Woman with a Transformer? Amazon Prime.
That is actually pretty. Let's see if she let's see if she knows more. Alexa, tell me a Transformers joke.
What do you get when you cross Wonder Woman
Stop,
with a
Alexa.
Transformer?
Stop.
Ask her for a G.I. Joe joke.
She'll just repeat back G.I. Joe.
A new toy came out this week. Just kidding. Alexa, tell me a G.I. Joe joke.
I don't have a joke about that.
It's too sad.
There's nothing funny about G.I. Joe.
Okay. Yeah, it's getting close. People watching live, I'm gonna go ahead and just call it a day. So we will see.
Hope you
next
enjoyed
week.
our echo.
Yes.
Fun.
That was a lot of fun. We will see you next week.
The post show.
We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.